Hi friends. In the part 1 we have seen how a list box we could populate with the options so the user can select those options, and once selected we have also printed those outputs, so whatever the user has selected. Now we'll learn how we'll take these sources from different databases like MySQL or SQLite or any other source, also it can be Excel also. So once these sources are taken, now we will have more options for the users. Then we have to add a vertical scroll bar also. So if it is more, then usually users can scroll down or scroll up and select the available options. Now all these things we will see by extending our part 1 of this tutorial. And before we move forward, my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials, and we are frequently adding all these tutorials also. To create the sample student table in your MySQL database, visit this URL. This is there in the description. Copy this sample SQL dump and then visit PHP MyAdmin, go to your SQL window, paste it here. So once you paste it, click go. Now your table is ready. To create your SQLite database, visit this URL. It is there in the description. Scroll down to the end of this page. Here you can download the zip file. And inside this zip file, you will have my_db.db. That is the database which has the sample student table. You can use it. Once our tables are installed, let's just check it whether our data is coming or not. So this line in particularly we have commented it because this is required when you have a MySQL connection here. Now I'll comment these two lines. These two lines are for SQLite. So now it is connected to MySQL database. If I want SQLite database, then I have to comment this line and keep these two lines. So now here you can see I have kept my_db in this particular path. In your case, your SQLite database path you have to give it differently wherever you have stored. Now let's just our connection object is there. Using this connection object, we'll collect our some data and display it. So for that I will write a query here. Query equal to, now what I am writing is select name column only. Out of 4-5 columns, I am only picking up the name column from student. Now instead of collecting all the things, limit I am collecting 5 records. So I am saying 0 to 5. Now this is my query. This query I will apply to my connection object to get the rows of data. So my list, this is what my record set or my rows of data I will collect, equal to my connection. Now this is the connection object what you have declared at line number 5. Whatever it is MySQL or SQLite, no problem. Now execute. So this query will execute. But here now in the recent version of our SQL Alchemy, I have to give this text here, and inside that I will write the query. Now I will get a list of 5 rows of data. Here only one name column we are collecting. So now my list contains that list. So let's loop through for row in my list, because I have 5 now. Print row. Now this will print a tuple with one element because I have the element name. Let's just print. Okay, let's save this and run it. I'll get it. Every row will have a tuple. So here it is. Now instead of that, let me just go and take the first element. So 0th element I am taking. So now I should get 5. Yeah, you can see here I got the 5 names from my sample student table. This is what we have learnt in part 1 of our tutorial, where we have just displayed the list box. So here you importing kinter, then the dimension, then higher size font we have declared, and this is our list box, and this is a list out of which we are taking data and inserting to our list box. So all the options are taken from this list actually, and this is what let's display it. You can see this is how it is displayed. User can select any of the option. Now this we have seen in the part 1. Now what we will do is this list will replace it with our database list, and we'll remove this one also. So these two I am removing from here. these two, or let me remove the list first so we can understand what I am replacing. Coming to our database details, up to this point my list I am creating, I am copying up to this point, bringing it up to here, so pasting it here. Now what I am doing is this line, particularly SQL Chemie, the library import, I am taking it to the top. So before that let me put it here. Fine, now I am come down. Here is my font. I have declared our thing, and whatever based on which database you are using, you can connect to it. Now the query is here. Now once my list is here, see here it is LB1 in short, this one. So I have just copied the query here. The same query I will maintain it. Now what will happen is, now instead of the list I am taking data from my database. Let's just run this and see how this works. Here you can see John, everything, all 5 tuples are displayed, but I want the elements to be there. So what I am going to do here, I will put it 0. So the first element, in fact here the variable was row, here we are using element, whatever you can use it. So now it should show me the, so you can see all the 5 names are there. Now let me just remove this one up to this points. Let me remove it. Let me just see this, how this one, you can see more records are there. I can scroll down, but now to this I have to add a vertical scroll bar. To add the vertical scroll bar, we had to import TTK. So from tkinter import TTK. Now this will be using for our vertical scroll bar. Now what I am doing here, now let's declare VS or our vertical scroll bar. Now TTK dot scroll bar here, where it is my underscore W, my parent window. Now orient, here I can change the orient also. So sorry, orient equal to vertical. You can give horizontal also. Now command. So where now I have to integrate this one to my list box. So I am saying LB1, that is what is my list box is, and it gives me Y view. So that's all. So now this is, it takes the data from my Y view, so it is integrated. Now let me just, again I have to configure my scroll bar also. So for that purpose, LB1 dot configure. Now Y scroll command, this equal to VS dot set. VS is my vertical scroll bar, that value set, I will set the value to it. Now what happened, these two will think, but I have to place it on my grid. So to place it on a grid, just note that here in the my list box is row 1, column 1. Now what I have to say, this same row right side it will be there. I will use column 2 right of it. So I have to use here VS dot grid. I am placing it on my grid now. Row equal to 1, column equal to 2 here, because 1 is my list box. So next right of it I am placing it. Now sticky wire I should be north S. So that way it will be north to south, it will be oriented. Now let me just save this, run it once and see. Yeah, here it is. You can see the scroll bar here. Now I can go, I can scroll anywhere, I can go down, select anything, go move up also, select one more. So this is how this will be integrated to a vertical scroll bar. I think just by changing this orientation you can slightly change. If you want a horizontal scroll bar you can put it. Suppose you have more number of columns, so then you can, suppose you need a horizontal scrolling also, that time you can use it. That's all friends. Hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and understood the concept. Entire source code you can download it. All links are there in the description. And my request is, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.